Today I'm going to talk about drawing on the Inspiration Studio Pro. You can do the same thing on the regular Inspiration if you don't have the upgrade. Someone in the craft room had asked about some of these. I mean, she knows how to use most of this, but for those of you who don't know how, I'm going to teach you. So I'm just using the line segment. No, it's not the line segment tool. I always forget the terminology. It's just the straight line tool is what I call it. And all you do is click, 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 and it draws these lines. Very, very simple. If you don't hit the escape, then this is what will happen. You have to remember to hit the escape. So I'll just hit the undo. I've hit the escape button. And then I can do the same thing all over again. So I'm going to draw click, 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 and it does basically the same thing. So with this tool here, you can bend things, you can move things, you just manipulate your lines however you want, you can move things around. I mean, you can just have a ball playing with this if you've never done this before. It just takes practice. Like I'm trying to make a line there, and sometimes it looks like it's getting away from you, and it doesn't. You just need to manipulate it. It's starting to look like a cherry almost. So we'll see if we can finish that off. I'm trying to connect to the two lines. I'll shorten this up a little bit and make that connect closer and that one connect closer. And see, you can do the same thing with this one up here. You just play with it, move it around. Now if you do this, it's going to cut through all these intersections and you're just going to have scrap. If that is if you're using the cutter. With the pen you could do that. It was almost a star at that point. Now if I want to make this bottom one into a cherry, I'm using the move point tool right now. You get a different toolbar up above. And I'd like to bend this up to look like it's coming off the branch. What you could do is put another segment, a node. So you click on that and just click on the line and go back to the move point tool again. And when you touch that node, it comes up. And you just keep manipulating it. I mean, you could even turn the bottom part into music notes if you wanted. So now I'm going to try to connect that, and it looks like it disappeared, but it's still there, and all I have to do is just keep working at it until it shortens. And I want things to go wrong so that you can see what happens. And see, it looks like it disappeared, but it didn't. It's still there. And just keep turning it and turning it and turning it until you get it where you want it, and then just enlarge it. So when you see those line drawings in the craft room, this is some of what they do and how they do it. I mean, everybody has their own method, but these are some of the things that can be done. So I'm just deleting them now. So next I'm going to use the arc tool. What you do with this is you click on it, and then you move it to where you want it, unclick, and then you move it again, and you click on it. I'm using the left click on the mouse. And so you can make circles. And click, unclick. And this is what happens if you forget to hit the escape key. So I'll just start again. Click, unclick, click. And you unclick wherever you want it to unclick at. You might not want a complete circle when you're drawing. Just demonstrating. Click, unclick, and then click. And see, now in between the two of those, I remember to hit the escape key. If I hadn't, it would have connected the two of them. Now you don't have to make circles. I'm clicking, unclicking, clicking, unclicking, clicking, unclicking, clicking, and then you can have a wave. Now I can stretch this out. And if you do a bunch of these at the bottom of a page and make it straighter than that, like overlapping, you can get your pen tool and you can actually draw your own waves on a page. if you're doing like a beach scene or a water scene of some sort. But that's from using the Arc from Path tool. And this one was called the Segment from Path tool. So I'm still trying to learn the terminology. Now this is called the kiss cut line. If you click on that and click, what you do is you click and then you stretch it to wherever you want it to end and unclick. And it's like a perforated line that you can tear off paper. And sometimes you want this in your design, like if you're trying to show where you want the shadowing to go, or if you're doing paper piecing. Now, if you want a perfectly straight line, you hold the Shift key down as you're doing it. It'll make a perfect straight line. So like now, I'm left clicking and holding the Shift key and go up. But I made a mistake there because I let go of the Shift key before I let go of the left mouse key. And sometimes the line will move over ever so slightly. So let's do it again. I'm going to hold the left key, and the left mouse key and the Shift key, and stretch it down, and then let go of the left mouse key first, and then the Shift key. And that way it's always going to be perfect. So I'll undo all of these. Now someone in the craft room was asking about the freehand draw. So I'm going to do a little demonstration with that. And it's like a pen tool. You can just draw, like that's the letter V. Oh, but it closed up. Why did that happen? If you look up at the top here, it shows the nodes connect everything together. If I didn't want that to happen, I have to click on the one that's right next to it. It shows an open end. So I'll click on that one. And now I can sign my name if I want to. My name's Vicky, so it's V. And if I do the escape key and start my I, it's going to connect. So I'll hit undo and hit the escape key, which is at the top left-hand corner of my keyboard. And now I'll continue to draw. As long as I don't lift up on my mouse, the left key of my mouse, I can continue to have a flow. As soon as I let go of it, I have to hit escape before I start again. So I hit escape, put a dot, hit escape, and put a dot. It's like signing for your credit card when you go to the store. And I hit escape again, made a little swirl, hit escape again, make a line, hit escape again, make a line. So you could even sign your stuff with this tool, as long as you have the open end. Okay, so I'm going to undo this stuff, and I'm going to show you how you can draw with this tool and you can doodle with it, like you see all this doodle work. And make sure that I have the open end clicked on. And I know you're not seeing anything on the screen right now. I don't know why that's, there we go. I probably didn't mouse click, I thought I did. Okay, so now I'm just doodling. And that's what you get. It's not perfect, but most of the doodles that you see that you're paying for in the stores are not perfect. But I'm going to show you a way to get it more precise, because you can just do layer and layer and layer. And I didn't like the way that looked. And I don't like the way some of my things are not curved properly. So now I'm going to do the Replace by Arc tool. It's used the same way as the first Arc from Path tool. But this one is going to replace what's already there to make it look better. So the top part of this is squared off. And I'm going to click. I don't know why I've stopped here. Click, unclick. And I'm going to move it again where I want it to be, and I'm going to hit click, and it rounds it off. So click, unclick, and then click. But see, I got a bubble there, because that was too narrow. And that's not the look that I wanted. So I'm going to undo it. Click, unclick, and click. Okay. So now I'm going to use the replace by a segment tool. It's the yellow. And it's like a straight line replacement tool. You just click and click, just like you do with the black line. And it just kind of straightens things out a little bit. Oh, just hit the undo. And try again. That's better. Okay, so now I want to make a nicer looking doodle. And what I'm going to do is hit the letter R on my keyboard. And what it does is it brings up this transformational box. And I'm going to hit duplicate and apply. And it's moving it by 10 degrees. Duplicate and apply. And that's how you get some of these really cool doodles, like a spirograph. So these are some of the things that you can do with the drawing tools. These are the simple ones, but someone had asked about it, and I thought I'd show you. And I right now am trying to figure out how to turn this thing off because I just got this microphone and a new program, and I'm going crazy trying to figure out how to use it.